Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of TYNI TALKS. Today we got Ricky in the house. Ricky, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Well, swell, blessed.
Okay. So thank you for joining us today. So today's topic that you were like, oh, what's the topic? I know you were a little bit concerned when you walked in. You didn't know what was going on.
Right.
So this is how we do it. I just give you a random topic. So everything is fresh off the top of your head.
Yeah, I wish I could have had a drink or something, man. You know what I mean? I'm seeing the bar over here, man. You know what I mean? Hey.
So do you think that high value men care what their women bring in income?
Hey, man, to each his own. You know what I mean? I can't speak for the next man. I can only speak for this man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but as far as bringing a woman in a situation with me, she got to bring some type of value added to the situation that I already got going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's kind of pointless to have someone just sitting around doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but she don't have to have super value. She just has some type of value, added to what I'm doing and what I got going on.
So does it matter if she's making money or not when she's coming into a relationship with you, or?
I mean, it depends on the situation again, like if you building, and you making enough money and you got a situation set up where she can come in and she can actually work with you or for you, she's adding value in your situation, in your business.
Okay.
So, I mean, she's going to add that value is, like sweat equity.
Okay.
So if she don't make no money at that time, it's okay. We're going to work it out. We're going to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What if she's the type that says, look, I have zero interest in making money, but what I want to do is cater to you and your needs and take care of the house, take care of the children, and you can make all the money?
Again, situation. I mean, if we got a bunch of kids around and, hey, we need that type of person around, and yeah, she can come in. But if that type of, it's just like any other business.
Mm-hmm.
You hiring, you have different positions that are open, that are available, and sometimes, they're not available. If that position is available,
yeah,
or needed, then we hire. We're gonna bring that in. But outside of that, it's not needed.
So do you think that high value men want to specifically go look for a woman that is bringing income to the table or bringing skill to the table?
Most dudes and men that's really active and busy and making moves and ain't got really time. They're not really searching and looking. They busy in their motherfucking zone, putting together, trying to make shit work. If someone pops up or is in the vicinity, or within your realm of work, you'll find that. But for the most part, dudes that chase, you don't end up in good situations when you're always chasing.
That is true. That is true. Okay, so would you rather date a woman that is bringing more skill to the relationship or money? Because you could have money and like no skills, but you could have skills and no money.
I mean, skills everything. It's just like in today's society, motion and creativity with a little hustle. I mean, you don't have to have no money. I've seen a lot of people do a whole lot more with less. So I mean, you can create a dynasty from nothing if you can create some motion.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, skill is everything. Just like it's just like a lot of other things. Skill. Yeah, that yeah.
Yeah, I feel like skill is very, very important these days, especially with things evolving. Like people's jobs are getting constantly taken. Like ebooks, especially too, they're harder to sell now because they got AI that will tell you anything and everything. And it's just like, oh well, now you got editing softwares using AI. People in tech too. My dad, he has been in IT for longer than I've been alive. He got his master's in it, but they rather hire someone younger because they know the little technical skills using AI, especially because you don't need a master's degree for that sort of stuff anymore. You can just learn that stuff off AI. There's too much stuff that you could just learn off AI now, honestly speaking.
Real talk.
So there's also that. But, a lot of women, I feel like they do have skills deep down inside, but they have absolutely zero direction. And since they have zero direction, that skill kind of get like suppressed down deep within them. And there's no one to kind of like bring it out because they don't have that sort of direction. A lot of women are meant to be led, you know. Now there's some who, yes, they are more alpha females where they can lead if they needed to for real, but I feel like all women are meant to be led. So if she got skills and she not using them, she not even thinking about them, because she has zero direction, then she's pretty much useless.
It's kind of like, you got to figure out what it is that you want in your life. See yourself 5 years, 10 years ahead, 20 years, whatever, and work your way back
Hmm.
and see what did you do.
Hmm.
Like put yourself in that place
Hmm.
10 years, 20 years from now,
Yeah.
right? See the perfect ideal of yourself, of how you want to live, where you want to be, car that you drive, all that right? And work back.
Yeah.
It's like
That's how
what
I
they
do it.
do is reverse engineering.
Yeah.
So you kind of can get an idea of the type of people that you need to be around, the type of places that you need to be going
Right.
to find the direction that you
Hmm.
need to go from point A to B.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like, you don't chase, you
Right.
attract.
Right.
So, most women are always looking for this, looking for, no, you don't, you attract, it's just attracted.
Hmm.
And then
Right.
you analyze what you got or what you're dealing with, and you pick and choose what the best case scenario would be from there,
Hmm.
if that makes sense.
Right. So do you think that having more money is still important, or do you just believe it's just skill? You just need skill in life.
Skill and some creativity and a little bit of hustle, to
That is
create
true.
some motion.
That is
I mean,
true.
money ain't everything. Just like you got to look at people used to say cash is king. I mean, really, credit is king. Because if your credit right, you got some game and a little creativity,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
can create
Yeah.
money
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
from credit.
Yeah.
You can have $0.
Yeah.
If you got some credit, some creativity, and some game, you can create money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true. That is
So
true.
from other people's money. So
That is true. No, that is true. You can use that as definite leverage. Like, for example, I do know people who had like zero money but a lot of skill. But that's what I'm saying.
it's
Like,
direction too, though,
it's
with the skill.
direction. They need direction. Like my
Yeah.
ex fiance, I was engaged at one point. He had a whole lot of skill, bro. Like I could honestly sit here and admit he had a crap ton of skill, and he has zero direction. If I would give it to him, he don't want to be led by no female.
Yeah, that's stupid.
And a lot of other
Information
men,
is,
yeah,
if it's good information, no matter where it comes from, the vessel,
yeah.
take it.
And a lot of other men, they kind of, since they're a lot of them are natural leaders, some of them don't want to listen to other men either, no matter what. They just kind of want to do what they do. And he was one of those where he didn't want to give a about anybody's opinion or what they had to say. He didn't want to learn nothing. He just wanted to do what he wanted to do. And it's just like he had a whole lot of skill, but he didn't want to utilize it because if you have a whole lot of skill, I feel like you can never be broke. When I tell you he was just bum, you know, like in the bed till 1, 2 p.m., going to sleep late on the laptop all day, doing God knows what for a year. And it's like, okay, there's no money coming in. If you're doing something, God knows what, on electronic devices for a month and there's no money coming in, yeah, like you gotta, nah, man, figure it out, because you gotta have some sort of income flow. You gotta have some sort of income flow coming from somewhere. But with someone like him, he had zero income flow any freaking where, almost zero on the savings, and at one point he did go to zero on the savings. But it was just being spent on stupid shit that wasn't even generating no money back. I'm just like, you could have a whole lot of skill but still be broke because you lack direction, you lack motivation, you lack a lot
Discipline.
of things.
Yeah, discipline. I
Yeah,
mean,
you lack discipline.
even too, at the same time, everything ain't for everybody. Everybody don't want to have money. Everybody don't want to make money or
Yeah.
do great things. Some
Yeah.
people just are comfortable in the skin that they in.
Where they at?
So
Yeah.
hey, like I
Yeah.
said, everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
So shit, you just
Yeah.
gotta navigate around them type of people.
Right. Like there's people who are okay with working 9 to 5s that are making 60, 70 grand a year because it's getting them all their basic necessities. They can have a decent crib, a decent car, but they don't want extra. Somebody like me, I do drive a luxury car, have a really decent crib for my age, but I'd be damned because I'm 21 turning 22 like on the 29th of this month. So it's just like I'd be damned if I'm 30 and I'm in this position right now. This is what I achieved being 3 years in America, going on 4 years this year. I feel like I could be in a lamb by the time I'm in like 30 if I just stick to a schedule, stick to being disciplined, stick to my goals, because the same thing that you said with reverse psychology, I literally
Reverse
do, yeah,
engineering.
reverse engineering.
Yeah.
But I do the same thing where I make a list of things I want every year, where I want to be in the next 5 years. I do it by 5 years every time. And then I get closer and closer every year to that 5 year mark. And I work backwards on how to get to that goal. Literally. It's like, okay, I want to be here. So where do I start? It's little baby steps. It's one goal that you have to break down into like 10 steps, You gotta, reverse engineer that. You're right. But, at the end of the day, I do believe, you could have a lot of money with no skill, and you could have skill with no money. Me personally, dating for me is different. When if I was to date a woman, you need to bring money. If I'm dating a man, you need to bring money. I don't care. Bring money. Skill is very, very, very important, because I don't just look for the money, I look for the skill. Have both. Don't be ditzy up here, because I have skill and I have money. But if I bring somebody else with skill and money, double up,
Yeah,
third person,
you got
triple up.
use for them, more use for them. Yeah.
Exactly. I can't just be sitting down with somebody with just skill and absolutely nothing to invest with. I can't. However, I have done that with other people. It's a hit and miss. My employees that are currently on the team, last month they made $6,800 and were able to get their first apartment, both of them. So they thanked me for that, but they came with $0 in their pocket. When I say $0 in their pocket, but they had a skill which I had to polish up, and I trained them and I taught them how to do things. And now they're making very good money for their age in 2.5 months of working with me. Other people, they have a crap ton of skill, try to direct them, and they still broke because they don't listen. You know, Sometimes you gotta listen. So I just feel like it also don't listen. You know, Sometimes you gotta listen. So I just feel like it also depends on the woman. I do feel like high value men though don't really care if she's bringing money or not, as long as like she's good up here. That's what I feel like. But I'm also not a man,
Yeah,
so
to each his own.
yeah,
It depends on preference and their
yeah.
situation. You know,
So what do you prefer personally? A woman with skill or a whole lot of money?
I mean, really, right now, I'm working on my craft. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying something totally different right now, and I'm building something that I plan on that's gonna outlast me for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Some legacy type and I'm using AI generated pretty much everything. I'm automating everything
Mm-hmm.
from the movies, animation, films, from the books and just everything, music, everything's
I seen
automated. It's
your
gonna be
work.
automated, everything AI generated, you know, and it's gonna be like a mind trip for everything, like self mastery lessons, psychology through the music and the movies and all
Mm-hmm.
that shit. It's gonna be lessons in it, but I'm gonna sell it as an experience. So yeah, that's pretty much that's where
Yeah.
I'm at right now. So I really ain't.
I seen your work. It's honestly super cool. I can't wait till it's polished up and it's actually out there.
Yeah,
Um,
got a lot of shit to left, a lot of to
yeah.
build, especially the movies and the animation films. And I got a sci-fi novel that I put together, a trilogy. That's gonna be a mind trip, you know. Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. AI is
yeah.
taking over, and this man over here is building a legacy. Give yourself a shout out real quick.
Oh man, your boy Rick, man, you can tap in with me. So where the camera? Oh, he over there. Yeah, your boy Rick, man. You could check me out on Amazon, man. Just go on Amazon and hit your boy Rick.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the
Uh,
tag right here
yeah,
as well. His at so y'all can go and check that out.
yeah.
But that's all for Tiny Talks today. Thank you so much, Ricky, for joining us on this episode. And I'm gonna see you guys later.
All right, for sure.
Deuces.